Hello and welcome. It is match day -1. It is night time here in Dubai, and we are just one sleep away from that big India versus Pakistan final. And building up to that final, in this particular video, I'm going to share with you a lot of interesting developments and details that have happened just hours before that big final. So stay with me in this video, but all I can say is the kind of noises that are being made, the kind of developments that are happening here in Dubai, this is going to be one fiery encounter. If you thought that after the ICC match referee met representatives of both teams, things would calm down, well, then you have another thing coming. That may not be the case. So let's dive down straight into what are the latest developments. Let's start with the Pakistani team. They are practicing. I'm coming to you from ICC Academy. They are practicing as we speak. Indian team, on the other hand, did not have a practice session today. That's because they played a game just yesterday, so they wanted to relax. They've also not had a press conference. But Pakistan team practiced. They practiced hitting some big shots that would be much needed when they come up against such a formidable team in India. So that is what they focused on in terms of their practice. But the big developments, I'll get to that straight away. First thing, there was a press conference. The Pakistan team, which skipped the press conference before the UAE game, the Pakistan team that skipped the press conference before the India game, all the crucial press conferences they skipped. This time they did come for the press conference against India before the all important final, and few things were said in that press conference which I'm going to allude to. First things first, Salman Ali Agha, the captain, came for the press leave. First thing first, as I said, not only did they do the press conference, Indian media was allowed to ask questions. Remember, there was a bit of a complaint from the Indian media that on previous occasion after the India-Pakistan match, in the post-match press conference, Indian media personnel weren't allowed to ask questions to the Pakistani players. They were conveniently ignored by the media manager. That has also changed, and questions were posed or allowed by the Indian media. One of the questions was, of course, with regards to the handshake. What was the Pakistani captain's take on no handshake? He's spoken about it for the very first time. So Salman Ali Agha said that, listen, in his career, he's been playing competitive cricket from 2007, under 16s and so on and so forth. From there, so for so many years, he said, I have never been part of a game where the two teams did not shake hands. He said his father is also a big cricket fan and he's been watching cricket for very long, and even he said he can never remember a game, no matter what the relation between the two countries, that one team has not shook hands with the other. And according to the Pakistani camp, and Salman Ali Agha said it in as many words, he said this was unsporting behavior, something that he has not witnessed. That was his take. Unfortunately for him, or rather fortunately for him, nobody asked him questions about the behavior of the Pakistani players. I think that question should have been asked, because if no shaking hands was unsporting, what does he make of the gestures that his players were making at that time? Anyway, the question that was also asked of him was the aggression, the extra aggression that the Pakistani fast bowlers showed versus Indian batters in that previous game, to which he answered that, listen, what are fast bowlers without aggression? And so he said it's pretty normal for fast bowlers to show aggression, and it had nothing to do with India-Pakistan. It's normal for his fast bowlers to do that, which is a sort of an indication that expect a lot more aggression come the final day versus India-Pakistan. That's why I'm telling you that everything that I'm reporting from here, this is going to be a fiery encounter between India and Pakistan. And the other development that's happened here that will make it a fiery encounter is that there are reports that India was not keen. See, the first things first, there are usually a photo op between two captains with the trophy on the eve of the final. You've seen it in all big tournaments, ICC tournaments, in Asia Cups also it's happened. That photo op is not happening. No team has complained about it, but that photo op is not happening, and there are reports suggesting that the Indian team said they do not want to have this photo op. Though these are unsubstantiated reports, there is a possibility that the organizers decided that in these circumstances not to have a photo op, because there have been a few Asia Cups before this as well where photo op has not happened on the eve of the game, it has happened on the day of the match, and there is a possibility that photo of trophy and two captains standing on each side could be done on match day itself. the fact of the matter is that photo op has not happened. That also indicates toward the uncomfortable position that both teams find themselves in. Pakistan camp was asked about that photo op. He said, we will do whatever we are asked to. If it's not happening, no problem. It's not that something that we really want or we are craving for. So that was their perspective of this. Indian camp has clearly not spoken about this. The other development from here, I told you I have a lot of fresh news for you coming from here in Dubai. The other thing is Mohsin Naqvi, who had not been seen so often here in Dubai. He was in the US, I believe, the head of PCB, the head of Asian Cricket Council. He has made it clear that he will be here for the final. He's in the US, he'll be here for the final, he'll be watching the final. And the most important thing that he's made clear is that he will give the trophy to the winners. Now that could again become a very prickly situation. Why do I say that? Why do I say it will become a prickly situation? Because Indian camp, it has been suggested, has said that they would not want to take the trophy from Mohsin Naqvi. Now, as is protocol, as is rules, it is always the Asian Cricket Council president that will give the trophy, and what we are picking up, the Indian team may not be keen to take the trophy from him if they go on to win the final. The chances of that happening, as you know, are very high. What could happen in that scenario? Well, I think two options would be on table. Maybe looking at the situation at hand and to avoid any sort of embarrassment and to ensure that everything happens seamlessly, Mohsin Naqvi might opt out last moment, and he can always assign anybody else, any other dignitary to give the trophy. That's a possibility. Or he could act stubborn and be hell-bent if India is one that I will give the trophy, and who knows, India might choose to then ignore or boycott that trophy presentation as well. These are options that can be exercised from both camps. I'm just putting them out for you. At the moment, there is no official confirmation as to what will happen if that scenario does develop. But as I see it, this is a potential roadblock that you would have to deal with in 24 hours from now, or roughly around 24 hours from now. So that's the latest ahead of that India-Pakistan encounter. As I said, all details that I've shared with you are making this even a more heated, a more spicy contest between India and Pakistan, and things are not going to be straightforward. As far as who do I think should win, as I've said, I think there is still a big gap between India and Pakistan. India start as the clear-cut favourites. They've been undefeated so far, and I would say that India has been operating at an 80% performance. They've not even touched their peak performance, and yet they have been undefeated, the only team that's undefeated in this tournament so far. And you can also not forget the fact that they have beaten the same team, that is Pakistan, twice before in this tournament. And so all of that, no matter how much you try to shrug that, all of that will play a major role when the two teams take the field come Sunday. But all I can promise you is that we are going to be giving you all the latest updates right here on Sports Today. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. All things related to sport, your one-stop destination. For the moment, this is Nikhil signing off from Dubai. Take care. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow morning with my analytical, statistical and tactical preview of this encounter. Bye-bye.